Hello and welcome to Success Formulas. 14 signs you are more attractive than you think. We are all sometimes prone to doubts about our attractiveness. When this happens, we start to search for flaws in ourselves. Sometimes this can be useful because it leads to self-development and correcting our flaws. But very often, constructive self-criticism can grow into a destructive self-deprecation that might prevent us from being self-confident. There are many signs of attractiveness that you may be neglecting, and if you're doubting your attractiveness, here are 14 signs you are more attractive than you think. Number 1. People rarely compliment you. It seems counterintuitive for an attractive person to rarely get compliments, but it is actually very common. The thing is that people often assume an attractive person is well aware of how good-looking he or she is, so the compliments are deemed unnecessary. In addition, others might think that you're tired of getting too much attention and compliments. So, if those surrounding you don't comment on the way you look, even if you think you're looking gorgeous, it doesn't mean that they consider you unattractive. Number 2. When people do compliment you, it's in a casual manner. Some people may compliment you, but they're not as enthusiastic as you thought they would be. Have you ever been in a situation when you were really self-confident that you were beautiful and were sure that all eyes would be on you, but eventually ended up getting half-hearted, apathetic compliments? They may sound emotionless and clumsy. You may even think the compliments are insincere. But what is probably going on is that the person complimenting you in this manner takes your attractiveness for granted and doesn't see the sense in paying much attention to it because it is so obvious and well-known. Number 3. Strangers often try to make eye contact with you. This is one of the surest signs of your attractiveness. Strangers send you positive signals meant to make a connection with you. A short glance in your direction with a slight smile as a friendly signal, or a long look directly into your eyes. All of these are very good signs that someone who doesn't know you finds you attractive, that they would like to get to know you better. By making the sometimes prolonged eye contact, a stranger tries to establish contact with you. If that stranger keeps looking at you for a while, even after you've noticed it, and continues looking even when you turn away, then it is an obvious sign that they have a strong interest in you and find you very attractive. Number 4. People try to get closer to you. No one tries to get closer to someone they find unattractive or tedious. Therefore, this is an obvious sign of attraction. If a person gives off good vibes during a conversation, and the other person is attracted to them, the distance between them will start to shrink. There can even be quick touches on the hands or arms as a result of the desire to get even closer. You've probably noticed it when having a cheerful conversation with a person you liked. This signal is especially obvious and a good indicator of your attractiveness when there is no necessity for shortening the distance, like when standing in a small place. Number 5. People are surprised to hear you have complexes. When you're considered attractive by other people, they will be stunned by the fact that you're insecure about your appearance and attractiveness. They are likely to consider your problems about your looks imaginary and exaggerated. The even better proof of how attractive you are is if people get irritated when you show your lack of confidence and express dissatisfaction about how you look. They may even get slightly mad about how you dare to complain about having issues when you are so blessed with good looks and general attractiveness. They may even tell you that you are like those supermodels constantly complaining about how fat they are. Sure signs that they think you look great, right? Number 6. You have a positive attitude. People often think that attractiveness is all in the way you look, your hair, your body, how fit you are. Your appearance is important, but it isn't the only thing that matters. Never dismiss the power of the positive attitude. Studies suggest that this is one of the most important and most noticeable things about others, how positive they are. You must admit that a grumpy, negative person cannot be considered very attractive. Somebody who is really negative tends to drain our energy. Nobody wants to spend their life with someone who drains them. But if you're lighthearted, fun to be around, and you radiate positive energy, you may be sure that you are already very attractive and desirable to be around. Number 7. People usually look twice at you when you pass by them. Nobody would take another look at you if they didn't think you were attractive. If they do look twice at you, it is obvious that you have the kind of physical attractiveness that just requires a double take. It's not enough for people to look at you just once. You are so good looking that people always want to look at you twice to enjoy your attractiveness once more. Never underrate repeated glances in public. If you're getting them often, it's because you have the kind of attractiveness that demands extra attention. Number 8. People are usually either too friendly or really rude to you. It sounds contradictory, but it is true. If you are very attractive, some people will be very friendly with you, while others will be rather unpleasant. People can never be indifferent toward attractiveness. Self-confident people who don't have complexes and consider themselves attractive appreciate the same qualities in other people. That's why, if a person who you consider to be a good guy treats you with a polite and friendly attitude, it means that they are not threatened by you and deem you as equal. On the other hand, those who are rude to you are most likely dissatisfied with themselves. They lack self-esteem and behave in this manner out of envy. Number 9. People will start a conversation about anything to talk to you. When you are attractive, people will come up with any excuse to talk to you. They're always interested in getting to know you better, and they will try to make a conversation out of nothing. They may bring up any subject from the weather to what you are wearing at that moment, and it may not even be related to their personal interests. It's just an excuse because they are interested in talking to you. When someone is so keen on talking to you that they're willing to talk about anything that interests you, you must consider that as a sign that they are attracted to you. Number 10. People gravitate towards you. People gravitate towards those they like. You might notice that a lot of people easily warm up to you and try to get closer to you when you first meet them. This could be because they find you attractive and admire the way you carry yourself. Some may even offer to do favors in order to be more acquainted with you. When someone is genuinely attractive, it radiates, and it seems that other people are drawn to them like moths to a flame. Everybody likes to be in the company of an attractive person. We like to like attractive people and to be liked by them. Number 11. You have a great sense of humor. In addition to positivity, a sense of humor is also neglected when thinking about one's attractiveness. When you have a sense of humor, it is likely that you take it for granted and don't associate it with being attractive. As we are naturally attracted to people that spread positivity, humor inevitably helps to create chemistry with anyone that you meet. The truth is, someone who rarely laughs and doesn't think things are funny is usually considered boring and can be quite draining. But if you're someone who has a good sense of humor and who is fun to laugh with, chances are high that other people find you incredibly attractive. Number 12. You find it easy to meet new people. We know that people enjoy being around those who they take interest in. As a rule, when someone is attractive, he or she has no trouble meeting new people. They usually don't even have to try hard. If you're attractive, there's something about you that draws people in and makes them want to meet you. It could be your looks, your sense of humor, or your energy. Whatever it is, they definitely think you are attractive, and it is very easy for you to make new connections and friendships. Number 13. The person who you talk to makes duck lips. This may sound a little strange, but studies show that one of the subconscious signs of attraction is making duck lips while chatting with someone you're attracted to. This doesn't mean the other person pouts like girls do when taking selfies. Duck lips in this case are a subtle lip movement, a 1-second action that can occur several times within one meeting. It is connected with the desire to kiss the person we are talking to. That means it is a sign of attraction. If, when talking to a woman or a man, you suddenly see this instant movement, you know what it means. The person thinks you're attractive. Number 14. People notice when you arrive. Be honest, you rarely notice the arrival of someone dull and unattractive, do you? Have you ever walked into a room and had people look up or follow you with their gaze? Do they turn their heads to take a look at you? If you achieve something like that, it's because you've got a commanding presence. There's something about you and the way you carry yourself that gives off a vibe that says, "Notice me," and they notice you, all because of how attractive you are. Regardless of our actual attractiveness, we all dream about being irresistible. Not only that, society puts a lot of pressure on us to be beautiful, and being attractive certainly helps when it comes to dating. It plays a critical role in shaping our image of ourselves and our self-confidence. But we can often be misguided when considering our own attractiveness. You might be surprised to find you're actually much more attractive than you first thought. Before you leave, our team will be very happy if you can give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.